Good morning, traders. Welcome back to Friday Showdown. I got your favorite guest here today, FxBigDog. We're going to be doing some live trading, analyzing 5 pairs using our Pip Hunter Trading Tool, the tool that I use in my VIP rooms. We're going to be using that tool to implement live trades today. So get ready. We're going to start right after this. Whoa,
What's up?
that's not what it's supposed to look like.
No, it is not. That's weird. And wait a minute, there it is.
There it is. It's Friday, guys. Good morning, Big Dog. Welcome back to the Friday Showdown. Are you ready to do some live trading today?
All right. Well, good morning, everyone. And man, I'll tell you something. We have had some market action in the last, 24, 48 hours. A little bit of bullishness out of the dollar, but that's been. I think we're going to start seeing a little bit of a sell-off off the resistance areas. We're going to go ahead and dive into it a little bit more in detail in a minute. But yeah, just a couple of things here, traders. We had just recently now this morning at 10 o'clock, we had the consumer sentiment that came out. That showed a little lower at 76.5. They were expecting 77.1. So that came out a little lower. Even the revised numbers came out lower as well. So not a good number for the US out here. That should also move the dollar a little further down south. We're going to have a conversation about the dollar because there's a lot of stuff happening next week. We mentioned it in our previous session that we've got at least 7 solid fundamentals coming out next week. We've got 5 rate decisions: Swissy, Bank of Japan, UK, the US, as well as let's see, did I miss one? I'll have to go ahead and take a look. But there's 5 of them that are coming out next week. As I mentioned, it was, and it's Australia. So we've got Bank of Japan, Australia, we've got UK, we've got the US, we've got the Swiss National Bank. 5 major rate decisions coming out next week. And keeping in mind that the Bank of Japan has been talking about moving away from the zero interest rate policy. And so there's this anticipation that they're going to be either going to raise interest rates, which I don't think is going to happen, but they may talk about it, which is going to create some stronger move in the JPYs. We actually looked at the JPY crosses in our earlier session in the remote session and Dow remote session, and we did notice that the JPYs are setting up for a big sell-off. I'm talking about JPY crosses, looking for a big sell-off. That means strength in the JPY cross itself, JPY itself, to create that bearish move in the JPY crosses. So that's going to be interesting to see how things play out. Now, today we had a bearish open on the Dow, and it actually corrected itself a little bit and then continued to move down south. So we did have what we call a fill the gap move, but then it wasn't long-lived. It was very short-lived. And now we're seeing a further downside move in the Dow, which means the dollar is going to strengthen up a little bit as well. But we're going to go back to the technicals, and we're really going to go ahead and look at the technicals this morning and see how the technicals are set up from a trading point of view. So here is the Dow right here. You can see it opened up lower on the day, bearish open, and this could be a further downside move. Now, I'm going to go back to the 1 hour right here, and even on the 1 hour, we did notice that there was this divergence setting up over here, but we also saw the market go ahead and dip, rally back up, and now it's sitting over here at the support. So there's a good chance that maybe we're not going to go ahead and break through. We're going to start recovering a little bit more, and we can see the Dow coming back up to around about this area of resistance before heading back down south again. So I'm going to say that maybe we will continue to see, and it might be rumors, it might be this fear of what's happening next week, but we might see a risk-on trading environment this morning as the support level holds over here. It's going to be important. We've got all the data out this week, nothing else left for today. And so we'll move into the weekend knowing that we've got some huge sort of decisions that need to be made next week that's going to influence the market. All right. Now that you got your sort of update of what's going on, let's go ahead and dive into the currency pairs this morning. And we're going to go ahead and trade. And Cameron, are we holding any positions at the moment right now? I don't think
I
so.
believe not. No, we're not.
All right, so we are flat on all positions from last week. And so we're going to go ahead and jump into some 5 opportunities this morning. And because I've been speaking for so long, I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to Cameron.
All right. Okay, so I get the first option. All right, awesome.
Oh, look at you. I got to stop you. Check this out from Gary here. If you're not in the Dow mode, you're missing out on a lots of pips. It's doing great. Traders, that is absolutely right on the money, Gary. And just as a quick example right here, for those that are really interested in being part of this, the remote sessions happen Monday through to Friday, live sessions. You get the tools, you get the education of how to be able to trade it. And babe, look at this. I mean, did I say babe? And man, I was gonna say, and man, I'm like, okay, babe. And man, look at the results. You got 5.5%. We kicked this off in February. 5.4% in February. 8.16, and we still got 2 weeks left of trading. We're at 16%, 8% already, and we've got 2 weeks of trading. And just FYI, that 5% that we made was on 1 week. In 1 week, we made this in 1 week. And the drawdowns, we managed to keep the drawdowns fairly low considering the returns we starting to rape out here. See, the returns are starting to grow. See, it's fairly good right here. And then if you take a look over here, this is the drawdown. We had one close to 10, but other than that, it's been hovering here below 5%. So it's been a good sort of strategy that we've been applying in the Dow remote session. So, traders, if you want to get connected, we're going to go ahead and show you a way to get connected. Let's first get into one trade right now.
Okay.
All right, Cam,
All
jump
right,
in.
I'm gonna take a look at the Aussie cat. Go ahead and share my screen. Okay. All right, you got it. All right. All right. So Aussie cat. First thing I noticed here. I've been talking about this in the VIP room. This was our wave structure, right? That we saw. We got that fifth impulsive move. We're starting to see price break support now. Well, let me make that white. Price starting to break support right here. So we're breaking out this range bound. We're starting to see a reversal. So we're seeing a bearish move. First thing I noticed from this area of support to this high, okay, is we want to look for equilibrium. Okay, here's our equilibrium. Here's our retracement, 6-point retracement. So we got this correction now in our area where we expect retracement. Now we expect a little bit of a bounce back for liquidity, for price to retest maybe some areas like previous support, create maybe resistance here. Okay, so we know that we got this breakout. We got pricing out equilibrium section here. And now we're seeing here on the 1 hour, we're seeing positive divergence. Okay. So we're seeing a little bit of positive divergence on the 1 hour. If I zoom in here, you can see on the oscillator and my MACD, we're at the area of our retracement close to our 618. If I go to the 4 hour, we can see on the 4 hour, we're oversold. Okay. So I think what we're going to see is price kind of move in this area, and we're going to see a little bit of a bounce to the upside here, just for price to go ahead and retest levels. But I think the long term, the longevity here is that I think this is our target right here. This price is going to come back to retest this area of support at our fourth wave correction, and possibly want to maybe break below that. And what we usually like to see is I like to see price break below that, come back up, grab some liquidity, and then come back to more demand. Right? We have demand here. So the long term years, I'm actually bearish, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say that because we're got a nice retracement here, price broke below support, and we're testing an area where I expect a bounce where our 618 is. I'm gonna say we're gonna go for a buy now. I think we're about 20 pips. Yeah, we got just about 20 pips to this back to that area of support where I expect resistance. And I'm going to say, we're going to go with a little aggressive trade this morning on the Aussie Cat, and we're going to go with the buy. Okay, we're going to go with the buy. I'm going to go with the buy here, even though I expect a pullback, then continuous move bearish, right? I'm pretty bearish on Aussie Cat as of right now. It's staying pretty bearish, but we're gonna go with an aggressive trade. You're targeting that 20 pip move to the upside.
All right, cool. All right, Cameron. So that's all right. So while Cameron's going ahead and posting that trade and using his Pip Hunter Trading Tool to go ahead and implement that. While he's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the US dollar CAD. So I'm going to raise Cameron. All right, I'm going to see his Aussie CAD, and I'm going to raise him with a US dollar CAD position right here. And traders, I'm going to make this very, very simple for you guys. Firstly, I'm going to tell Cameron, go ahead and plug a sell right now. Okay. So we're going to go ahead
Using
and
CAD?
sell on the US dollar CAD.
Oh, US dollar CAD.
Yep. And then I'm going to explain to you why. All right. And just FYI, traders, if you this is the first time you've joined us here on the session, make sure you check out the Telegram channel down below. All these trades that Cameron is placing right now is going into that Telegram channel. And we're going to be sending out a lot more information. So check it out. Go down below. Check out the Traders Network Club Telegram channel. And make sure that you guys get added onto it. It's free. There's no charge for that. It's information that we're going to be able to send to you like these live trades, right? So as we place these trades, you'll not only see us enter the trades, you'll see us enter more trades if needed, and also shows where we close out and take our profit. So completely transparent here with Traders Network Club. Now, the reason why I'm selling on US dollar CAD is based on a couple of reasons. Number one, we are expecting the Dow to go ahead and push back up again. I'm expecting it to hold at the support level it's at and bounce back up, seeing a stronger Dow. Strong Dow means that money's moving out of cash. That means US dollar will sell off. That's one reason. Another reason here is if you take a look over here, we've actually had the market come back to retest resistance here, the backside of this trend line. We've just broken out of this wedge and we've retested it. It's a rising wedge. We retested it. I'm expecting price to continue to fall back down to 133.00. All right. So we definitely, and I've got this target set up down here around about 133.45. Now, traders, I know it. I know you're probably saying, "Big Dog, what are you saying? We're only chasing after 20 pips. Why are you looking for a 250 pip drop, or a 200 pip drop, whatever?" It's not about that. It's just giving you directional bias, right? So when we get into a position, we always want to know that there is this sort of consensus about the market of where it's going to go long term, short term, mid term. So we need to understand that. So that's the reason why we've got this rising wedge up here. We've broken through the rising wedge. We've come back to retest the backside. We see a nice little ABC move right here, testing resistance. I think at least 20 pips should be a given, with it on its way to 33.55, and then on its way to 3,300. Now, traders, doesn't mean that this market's going to hold still for today and really not do anything until Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday as we get into the news. It's possible. We've got CPI numbers coming out for Canada on Tuesday. And then, of course, we've got the rate decision for the US coming out on Wednesday. So there is this, like, what's going on? I get it. The markets might be still. So that's why 20 pips should be something we should be able to grab. All right. So that's the reason why. And then if I look at my long-term outlook right here on the daily, I am looking for price to continue to break through this level right here at 35.53 and go towards the lows down here and test that area of support, which is going to be anywhere between, call it 33.56 all the way up here to 33.86. All right. So that's where we are with regards to the US dollar CAD. Let's see how things play out over the course of this weekend. Cameron, let's jump into the trade.
All right. Well, yeah, I like that trend in US dollar CAD, and I'm seeing the same sort of setup here on the Euro US dollar. So talking about the Euro US dollar, I mentioned about this correction, and we finally got this correction here from our area of support to this high. There you can see our 618, our retracement zone was hit. Okay. So this is where we expected the retracement. So we got a retracement. We're oversold now here on the 4-hour. We do have a nice imbalance area as well. Okay. That price wants to go ahead and retest in. So we got a lot of room to the upside here. We're only looking for 20 pips. Okay, so 20 pips is more than what we need. I don't know what this. I'm gonna delete this. I know what that is right there. And what I would anticipate is that price is going to come back to retest some resistance here. So we got some room for imbalance. We got room for areas of resistance. Okay, level of resistance. We got a nice bounce at 618. We're very oversold here on the 4 hour as well. So I'm looking for an upside move here on the Euro US dollar. So we're buying Euro US dollar. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that in.
Okay. Well, that sounded pretty good. And I completely agree right here about what's going on. So, oh, look at that. We're starting to really get some nice movement going on right now. What does our pip values look like right now?
Yeah, you can see right now we're
Up
actually
10, almost 10 pips on the
US dollar
US.
CAD.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, perfect. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab the next currency pair, Cam, and I'm going to go to the Canadian Swiss right here.
Okay.
And traders, we are at resistance. Now, a lot of you might say, well, Big Dog at resistance, we should be selling, but we're just about above that. And it's on the daily candle right here. We had a little bit of a dip already today. I don't know if we're going to get 20 pips because this seems to be holding. But I think because it's Friday, I think we're going to get a little bit of a push. Cam, I think we're going to buy right now. Jump in right now on the buy on the CAD Swiss right here. And I'm going to go ahead and explain a little more in detail. All right. So if I go to a US oil, and I'll take a look at US oil right here. We did mention that we're going to see oil. We spoke about this a while. We're seeing oil going to be trading in this area. I think we're going to see another push of oil, a little bit higher, around about $82 a barrel. All right. And we are not seeing us in an overboard. Now, the question here is, what does the market do when it gets to the $82 a barrel? Does it blow through that and start continuing to rise? We'll have to wait and see. But for right now, I think we're going to get some strength in oil. I think that's going to help with the Canadian dollar. And also, we're looking at Swiss National Bank coming out next week, and we know the Swiss National Bank is got no problems with they have no problems with inflation, and so raising interest rates is not even on the table for the Swiss National Bank, and even possibly talk about cutting interest rates because they can. And if they do that, it's going to weaken the currency pair, which means that the CAD Swiss will continue to move north. So, really, to think about it, next week I think we should have a good move on the CAD Swiss going north, based on the fact that we're all going to see higher oil prices and the Swiss National Bank having a dovish look at interest rates. And so, for that reason, I'm going to be buying on the CAD Swiss this week. All righty, throw it out there, Cam.
Okay.
What do we got left?
I think you had on my screen while you were analyzing the cat Swiss there.
Oh, I did. Well, good. All right, let me go back here. Let's show show you on the screen. My bad, guys. We tend to do that time to time. All right, so here it is. All right, so here we have the CAD Swiss. All right, CAD Swiss is trading up a little bit above that resistance. We got this long wick to the downside. I think we're going to go ahead and see a nice bullish day today as we move into next week. Next week, we've got Swiss National Bank coming up on Tuesday, I believe it is. They're probably going to be to keep the rates unchanged, but with a hint of, hey, listen, we don't have a problem with inflation, and interest rate might be cut. If we take a look at oil prices, as you can take a look over here, oil prices are trading in the zone right here. And so we're looking for price to go up to around about $82 a barrel, and then we might see some sort of relief out of that. And if it doesn't, we might even push up all the way up here to 84 before we start seeing some relief. So we're going to see what happens here in this region. This is my sell zone, but I think we're going to get another little extra push as we get into a more overbought condition right there. All right, Cameron, we have covered the Aussie. We've covered the Aussie CAD. We've covered the US dollar CAD, the Euro US dollar. We now covered the CAD Swiss. I think the only thing that we have left now is the New Zealand
Yep. And
Canadian
I
dollar.
went ahead and I placed a buy in the New Zealand cat. I'm going to go ahead and explain why.
Okay, cool.
Even though I just mentioned I'm pretty bearish on the Aussie cat, New Zealand cat, right? But I do expect a little bit of a retracement here on these pairs, okay? And the reason is you're taking a look at the 4 hour, okay? First thing I noticed, and you guys probably noticed when Big Dog was explaining the cat Swiss because you're watching my screen, is we had an imbalance area right here, okay? So we got a nice bearish move here on the 4 hour. Price went ahead and broke below these lows, okay? So we're getting a little bit of a break below this low. So we need some liquidity. Price needs to come back up, grab some liquidity before we continue. Now I can completely be wrong. Maybe price has strong momentum and we continue to see a fall in price. And then we start seeing price want to retrace up to go ahead and look for liquidity. So we dollar cost average as we get in these positions. Then when we look for the liquidity grab, that's when we get out. But I'm going to anticipate that seeing that we're oversold, breaking below this support here, we have an insufficiency in the market that price needs to take. So because we have a break below lows, we need liquidity grab, and we have insufficiency in the market where price I anticipate to go to. So looking at the 1 hour as well, we have this falling wedge, we have this imbalance area, and we got diversions. So I'm expecting correction here before we continue to see a bearish momentum pushing price down here on the New Zealand CAD. So I expect this liquidity grab, and that's why we're buying. And even if we don't get that and we see strong momentum here to the downside, eventually going to look for a liquidity grab because we do have insufficiency on the New Zealand CAD here. So either way, we'll dollar cost average looking for the upside move in that correction.
Fantastic. All right. Well, listen here, guys. I did promise some of our students in our in it's at Traders Network Club to give a little bit of a rundown on a couple of our products that we currently have for those that are interested in getting connected. Gary reminded me that the Wolf Waves. Go ahead and talk about Wolf Waves as well. And so, with that being said, traders, let me just jump into a couple of things here that I think is important to note. Firstly, yes, our Dow remote sessions are doing exceptionally well. For those that are interested, you make sure that you go ahead and get connected. And the only way to get connected, traders, is to go to the website, TradersNetworkClub.com, and look for the VIP Level 2. All right, VIP Level 2, it's under the VIP memberships. All right, go look for VIP Level 2. All right, and that'll give you access to the Dow tools, the Dow sessions, the Dow, everything around the Dow. Another thing here, traders, is I mentioned on the, let me see, I'll have to pull up the my FX book here. Give me 1 second here again. Another thing here is we do have sponsors that are sponsoring our YouTube channel. Plus, of course, we have sponsors for traders to be able to get connected to some of our systems, and then, of course, get some free access to those systems. So without that, let's go ahead and just do a quick sponsor video here, Cam.
Okay.
All right, fantastic. All right, traders. Well, we have other products as well in the professional membership. We have Wolf Waves Pro. Wolf Waves Pro is actually doing also very, very good. I want to go ahead and explain a little bit about Wolf Wave Pro. Just explain what it looks like and how it's traded. Firstly, number one, we trade on 28 currency pairs. We trade with stop losses and trading stop losses. So for those that say, Big Dog, I like to minimize my losses. No problemo. This strategy does that. All right. So it trades patterns. It trades these wolf wave patterns. And for those that are not familiar what wolf wave patterns are, it looks like this. Wolf wave pattern looks actually like a rising wedge or a falling wedge. It does this. The market moves up, down, up, down. Oh, that's horrible. Let's try that again. So the market goes like this. It goes up, down, down. And then you'll see that there is resistance being held here. And then what ends up happening is the market goes ahead and it tests that for the third time, but it breaks. And when it comes back below right here, this is an indication that price is going to go ahead and fall back down south. And what happens is we have a target based on these wave structure right here where price is going to move down to. And what we do is as soon as we're in profit, we start trading the market and we start looking for profit either down here or we get stopped out at our trading stop losses. So we do protect the position and there are stop losses that are being implemented. In fact, I believe we're looking at a 1% or a 0.1%. I must go take a look on the risk per entry point. I think it might be 0.1%. Yeah, 0.1% on each position. So if you add in 10 positions, you're looking at a total of 1% total risk. And that can be managed as well by you, however you want. The videos, the education videos are there, and you're able to be able to connect it. So you can see right here, we're doing fairly well this month. We're halfway through the month right now. Looks like it's going to average around about, based on our risk parameters, average around about 6% per month. That's pretty much the target that we're looking at. And that'll give traders a very good sort of understanding what's going on. Now, Cameron, if you want to go ahead and just go into the website quickly, I want to go ahead and just show them where to go ahead and access all this information. And so Cameron's going to go ahead and show that right now. He's going to go to his website, Traders Network Club. There it is. And you'll see under the sponsors, before you go there, Cam, go to sponsors office. Go to sponsor pro office right here. For those traders that have that are international and can open up with our preferred brokers, we are offering a free opportunity for you to be able to connect 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, depending on, of course, the deposit you make, which means that traders, you will get access to this trio product. And Cameron, if you go ahead and click on the view trading statistics over there, it's going to open up another tab, and there you can see the live trading. And go to the end results there to see what the month to month is doing. We're looking at around about anywhere between 3 to 5% per month is what this is performing at. And in fact, traders, if you go ahead and open up a live trading account, you'll get access to that for free, whether it's a 3-month, 6-month, or even a 12-month connection. Traders, here at Traders Network Club, we're offering great opportunities for traders to be able to get involved. And we have, and just FYI, we might be pulling this off the website because we have a dedicated marketing team that is going to be going off on the last week of April, and they're going to be pushing this hard. So we're going to be probably pulling this from our website and making it only a marketing online offer. And so if you want to get involved in this, guys, very quickly go ahead and get connected. All right. We have preferred brokers. You open up an account with them. It's that simple. You make deposits. Based on your deposits, you'll either get a 3, 6 months, or a year free access to this trading tool, which has been doing absolutely killer. All right. Okay, Cameron, I think we're pretty much done here with regards to our trades. Let's go ahead and do a recap on our positions at the moment right now. So, traders, here is our positions that we're holding right now. We're down 6 pips on the euro. We're break even now on the US dollar CAD. We're slightly down on the CAD Swiss. That looks like just based on entry. Slightly down on Aussie CAD and slightly down on New Zealand CAD. Let's see what the rest of the day brings us and what we can see through Friday into the Monday, Tuesday's trading. And remember, traders, a whole bunch of fundamentals coming out next week. You guys want to be connected with a community. Make sure to check out Traders Network Club. Check out the membership, the VIP memberships to get involved in the community Discord channel. You're chatting to a lot of traders that are talking about real live market trading. So check it out, traders, and we'll see you guys next week, right, Cam?
Yep. See you next Friday.
All right, fantastic. Well, traders, have an awesome weekend. Have a great week next week, and we'll see you next week Friday. This is FxBigDog and Cameron signing off.